I'm aware I look crazy. I barely slept last night, and I just want to start this saying off.
Mommy, I'll come up on me.
Wait. It's super early, so don't judge the way we look. But I just want to say, if you've never experienced, which I never have until this moment, like pet loss for someone that treats their pets like family, then you would not understand like the feelings that are happening here, because I truly didn't understand until this moment.
Go?
Yeah, baby, you could go use this. So pretty much it's literally 7 o'clock in the morning. I have not been able to sleep last night because of what's impending today.
Mommy, I want
Okay, baby. I feel like I'm gonna try and get through this without tears, but like I haven't even been able to get through the past 12 hours without constantly crying. So long story short, today we have to put my childhood pet down. Oh my God. If you guys remember from early living at home videos, Nico, he is actually 17 now. He just celebrated his 17th birthday in July. Unfortunately, today we need to say goodbye. Good job. I'll just kind of backtrack a bit. My sister got Nico when I was 8 years old. Yeah, 8 years old. I'm 25 now, so he has been around for many, many, many years, many different life changes, and I feel so guilty that the past couple years of me not living home, like I haven't been there more, but I can't live with that like guilt or whatever. Hey baby, what's the matter? My sister brought him home. We realized that his birthday, like to the year, to the day, was actually the day that my grandpa passed, and I had a extremely close relationship with my grandpa before he passed away. So for me, it almost feels like I'm losing like my grandpa, like the last piece of him. Yeah, thank you. The fact that I thought I'd get through this without crying. And I'm gonna be honest, the people that will sit there and say like, oh, it's just a dog, it's just a dog, like literally click off this video. Like you do not know, and I truly did not know the like weight that comes behind losing a pet until now, because like although I haven't been with him for the past like 4 years or so, I've seen him in the last 4 years, but I haven't lived with him for the past 4 years or so. It doesn't throw away the 12 years before that, where I literally grew up with him. He went through elementary, middle, and high school with me, college, me having my first baby, like moving out, like dating Cam for the first time. Like it was just, he's been through all of it. Fortunately, we've gotten 17 years with him, and that is a blessing in and of itself. But unfortunately, we need to say goodbye today because he's really like gone downhill, and I'll kind of explain what's been going on. So for a while now, I would say like almost the past year, his back legs have severe arthritis. He was getting shots for a while. They stopped working. His eyes have started to become extremely sensitive to light and just vision in general. Like he could barely see, he could barely walk. The doctors said he has glaucoma. He used to have this like throat problem, but that I think went away. He just like pants a little bit at night. His teeth are like beyond gingivitis at this point because they haven't been able to do the dental cleanings, like the yearly routine ones, because he's so old. They don't want to put him under unnecessary anesthesia. So he was diagnosed on Friday. Right now it's Wednesday. He was diagnosed last Friday with dementia, because he just truly just walks around the house, especially in the middle of the night, according to my parents, like just looking around, like not knowing where he is. It's not really a factor for me regarding like his lack of like bladder and his bowels, because we're once an adult, twice a baby. So the fact that since his back legs are barely working, I mean they work, but it's very labored. Sometimes he would accidentally go in the house if my parents weren't home, whether they're grocery shop or like whatever it may be. he would go in the house and unfortunately he would get stuck and he can't move, and my parents come home and he's sitting in whatever it is. And at that point, it's just like the quality of life, as much as I don't want to say it because I don't necessarily believe it, but like I have to be real with myself, the quality of life has just gotten significantly worse. The things that he loves to do, he can't even do anymore. Running around, the only thing he still does that he loves to do, which I feel like every dog does, is beg for food. So today he's going to be getting McDonald's. But yeah, so this has been a debate for some time now with my family, and honestly all of us have been procrastinating it because like none of us really want to believe it's happening. I've been trying not to like necessarily think about it and that type of thing, but that's not really doing anything for him. But last night was kind of the deciding factor because they think he had a stroke. And like I said, it's gotten to the point where like he can't get groomed anymore because he's so old, and like he just doesn't want to be touched. He doesn't want to go in the car to go to the vet because he knows what's coming, like the shots and the blood work. So yeah, last night my parents were eating dinner and I was giving Kyla a bath, and then I got a text from my brother like, are you guys all going to mom's? I'm like, why would we randomly go to mom's? And then I called them, and pretty much what happened was he apparently was like walking, and then he started brushing up against my parents' legs under the table, and then he like walked a certain way, which they said he's never done before, and then he like was leaning against their cupboard thing, like their china chest, leaning against it, just like not really able to move, almost like he was using it for balance. And I looked it up, and that's pretty in line, all the symptoms that he was dealing with and all that with a stroke. So at this point, it's just like we had to make a decision last night. I was talking to my one friend who recently let go of her childhood pet. Although it doesn't feel like it's the right thing to do, and like I don't think you'll ever feel completely ready to make that decision. And for me, like I just feel like I'm being kind of selfish with it. No, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, but it's not fair for him at this point. It's really not. What gets me though is after I put Kylie to sleep last night, I went there just to like, you know, spend some one-on-one time with him and not have to worry about anything, just me and him. It was kind of like he was fine. Like he's walking around wagging his tail, like smiling, looking at me like all happy, and it's just like it doesn't feel right. But it's like the bad days are outweighing the good at this point. But yeah, because he has those random moments of all those like it's almost like I see him as a baby again. It makes it hard to talk about like cremation or burial, or you know, like what time tomorrow and all that stuff. And honestly, I barely slept last night. I was literally crying all night. Once again, people that have never experienced this do not understand. I was up in the middle of the night, and as like weird as this may sound, I was almost hoping that my parents would call me or text me this morning saying that like he passed in his sleep last night or something. I feel like my pregnancy hormones are not making the situation any better. My family pretty much that can be there are gonna be there today. It's happening at 1. So I'm gonna try and shower. I need to like pull myself together. I don't know how much I'll be showing later and how I'm gonna be feeling, but like I've never been prepared. It's so hard to feel emotion when that is so silly, baby. Yeah, let me get me and her together for the day, and then I'm gonna head to my mom's. Alright, you guys, so it is the next day. Obviously, I am in surprisingly better spirits today. Honestly, yesterday when I was like talking to you guys and everything, I was extremely emotional because I think that because I subconsciously knew the decision needed to be made, it felt very hard and heavy. And then yesterday, after I got ready for the day and we left, we stopped at McDonald's. We got him French fries, Ignore that Kyla still has the same pajamas on. She needed them on, so I had to do a quick wash on them last night. We ended up stopping at McDonald's for him. We got him French fries. We got him a hamburger. Went there. It was a beautiful time with my family, honestly. Like, me and my siblings were there. We were showing him so much attention. He got so much food. He had bacon, he had bagels, he had cream cheese, he had ice cream. Like, he had all the things that like he normally would not get, you know, like a bunch of table food, and he was loving it. After that, we decided that we were going to bury him, and my brother, you know, like he dug up the hole, and that was kind of like an emotional thing, but it needed to happen. He decided to decorate the box that he was going to be in, which was like a really nice family moment as well. We all were sitting around the table talking about memories with him and really just making it a beautiful time. Once the lady got there, I was not emotionally well. I mean, a lot of us were not, but I'm just gonna speak on like the way I was feeling. I was not okay. I literally kept saying like, is this the right decision? Is this the right decision? And like the girl that came to do it, she was a vet. She was so, literally an angel. She was so kind with her words and so thoughtful, and there was purpose behind her words. She wasn't just like trying to get money. You know what I'm trying to say? So she was really sweet. She was saying that like all of the things that he was feeling and that I was explaining to you guys yesterday, those are all signs. Quality of life is like getting low. And she's like, do you want to get to the point, this was directed toward my parents because my parents are the ones that like, you know, we're living with him on a day-to-day. Do you want to get to the point where like he's disoriented enough where you feel comfortable, right? But he's disoriented enough where in the middle of the night, say, he falls down a step and he fractures his arm. And then he's in the hospital in pain, screaming, crying because his legs hurt on top of his arthritis, yada, 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 yada. Then you're deciding to make a decision instead of it going in a peaceful manner. She was like, a month too early is better than a day too late. Hearing that gave some like comfort as well, because we rather remember him in this light. When it was happening, obviously Cam, you know, took care of Kyla. At first, I didn't really understand how the process works. And if this is like too much for you guys, I'm sorry. It's just very heavy, I know, but for people that don't know or whatever, like, you know, some people might want to know about the process, but pretty much you make him super comfortable, which picking him up was a struggle because he does not want to or did not want to be picked up at all. My dad picked him up, put him on my mom's lap. It was the first shot, and then the first shot is pretty much to like make him comfortable. Literally just make him comfortable. So it's not stopping anything. It's just a muscle relaxant and kind of like a light sedation. He feels comfortable. And when I tell you guys, and I don't know if I said this to you yesterday, that I was kind of hoping he would just go in his sleep, but this way we didn't have a decision to make. When I tell you guys, just the medicine to make him comfortable, he's arthritis. We were touching his back legs. We haven't been able to touch his back legs in, I can't even tell you how long. She was able to touch his back legs, lift his back legs up so this way she could put like a pee pad just in case, like, you know, his muscles really relax. He literally would not have been able to go in his sleep. He literally could not get to that level of comfort that he was at yesterday. And seeing that gave me a little closure a little bit, because I was like, you know what? He really just needed to be comfortable. Once he was comfortable, whether that would have been with pain meds or in that situation yesterday, which he's already tried the pain meds and they were at like the max dose for his weight and whatnot, he literally just needed to be comfortable, and then he could drift off. As hard as that is to say and as big as of a pill that is to swallow, like, it was the right decision. It was absolutely the right decision. After that step, then pretty much is the final, you know, step to put him at peace, and they did that. And it was a very hard moment. Honestly, I cried way harder than I thought, and I was trying to hold myself together because I am pregnant and obviously everything I feel the baby feels, but I needed to feel those emotions. You know what I mean? I needed to feel all that. I needed to let it out, because ever since then, I haven't felt the need to cry my emotions out. You know what I mean? I feel like I did all the crying that I needed to do. And I know grief like sets in all different kinds of ways, different types of timelines. But I think that yesterday I got a lot of closure that I needed, and he's definitely in a better place. We kind of had like the whole human ritual yesterday, you know, like obviously his passing, and then we all mourned him a little bit, felt like a wake. And then we had the burial, and then we had a repast, you know, we all like had some food and whatnot. It was definitely a lot, and just kind of keeping close communication with my siblings that were there and also my parents has helped a lot as well, because we're all kind of like talking about our feelings and not bottling anything up. And one thing I do regret, like I was saying yesterday, is not spending more time like when I would visit my parents' house, like with the dogs, because
I never realized the loss of a pet before. Like I've never felt that before. So now it makes me really take in like, okay, when I go there, like Daisy's getting a lot of attention, or like when I'm home, the dogs are getting a lot more attention, even though they already do, like they really already do. But when you experience loss, you look at all the things you have in life and you're like, okay, I don't want to, next time I have to deal with loss, because it's inevitable, unfortunately, I don't want to have these same feelings, you know? So although it's all done, obviously it's upsetting, but I'm very at peace with everything that happened, and I don't feel like how I did yesterday morning. Like if I felt like how I did yesterday morning on an extended time, that would have been problematic. But like I feel, I don't want to say good, but I feel good that he feels at peace now, you know? So I'm going to close out this video right here. I know that a lot of people, once again, that don't, or that haven't experienced loss of a pet before would not understand the weight of this, because I did not. And it might seem like I was being dramatic, or, you know, like buckle up, like be strong, like I'm weak or whatever, but that's just what I was feeling. And I love that I'm able to post on my personal channel for you guys, like me being raw, real, whether it's in the moments of postpartum or pregnancy or being a mom, or in situations like this, like dealing with something I've never dealt with before. I love that I'm able to like have a community that will support that. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for, excuse me, I have so much indigestion. Thank you already for all the, you know, prayers and stuff like that, for all the people that reach out to me on Instagram and everything. And yeah, so thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.